A new beef noodle shop is coming here. I don't know what the previous store did, but it has closed down. All the shops next to it have also closed down. The other stores aren't getting much business either. Almost all the shops on the second floor are closed. It's really hard to do business now, and it's really miserable in the suburbs.
Some Shanghai citizens said that the situation inside Bailian Central Shopping Plaza is not ideal. Many merchants have been replaced, and many new restaurants and new merchants have appeared.
There were originally a lot of people at Bailian Central on Saturdays and Sundays, but not anymore. Sakura Wagyu, last year there were huge crowds of people and business was very good, but now it's closed down. Both stores closed down. He said he closed because the contract ended.
At Shanghai Thumb Plaza, a high-end complex with numerous luxury properties, not a single person was seen at noon, prompting locals to question how businesses can survive. A recent video captured by someone driving in Shanghai shows 4 to 5 closed shops within a short 100-meter stretch, with 2 shopping malls also shut down. Many have observed unusual phenomena in Shanghai this year. Apart from the retail situation, the food delivery industry is changing too. Industry insiders note that food delivery has become increasingly challenging due to a surge in new workers. A recent article highlighted a person who earned over 1 million yuan in 3 years in food delivery, aspiring others to choose this over factory work. Many express that delivery workers have also shifted to food delivery due to new regulations, intensifying competition and reducing profits. As a result, food delivery workers sometimes struggle to secure orders. Orders slow down as early as 1 p.m., and order values are getting lower.
This year's off-season for Shanghai's takeout is too ridiculous. The lunch rush hour hasn't ended yet, and the order pickup hall is completely empty. The Alibaba Cloud crowdsourcing platform says there are no orders, and there are no orders for preferred takeout. Who's getting all the orders? When I saw this guy's back, I immediately understood that all the orders had been given to him.
In the video, we see a delivery driver holding multiple orders, leading the person filming to believe that such practices are exacerbating the industry's challenges. In another video captured at noon, in Yan'an West Road in Shanghai, numerous delivery drivers can be seen rushing to deliver food. They pack into elevators and rush to get work. Some delivery drivers have expressed that the food delivery industry this year is exceptionally challenging, with veteran drivers unable to earn money. Many have switched professions, and newcomers are often deceived into joining the industry. After buying a car for the purpose, they realize that they can't even earn 100 yuan a day to cover auto expenses. Some Shanghai residents have noticed that orders are arriving faster. One possible reason is the surplus of delivery drivers, many of whom are delivering food to make ends meet. This has led to an oversupply of delivery drivers during peak hours, resulting in faster delivery times. Another reason is the decrease in the number of people ordering food delivery, as many customers now prefer to cook at home or eat out, resulting in fewer orders and faster delivery times. However, this has also led to a decrease in income for delivery drivers. Analysts attribute the decline in food delivery orders to a trend of cost-cutting. More people are bringing their own meals to work, including white-collar workers who microwave their lunches, reducing reliance on food delivery services and dining out. Someone online mentioned that there used to be a Japanese restaurant downstairs from their office that served lunchboxes for 40 to 50 yuan, but this year business was so bad that it closed within a few days. Meanwhile, many catering businesses are closing down every 2 months. This year, Shanghai's catering industry is experiencing great difficulties. Lucky Noodle is a well-known catering brand in Shanghai and a top local noodle chain. However, recent reports revealed that multiple Lucky Noodle stores have closed down. Some stores have been boarded up, and the parent company is also in bankruptcy liquidation. This roast duck restaurant was founded in 1909. It was a famous time-honored restaurant with significant influence in Shanghai. Unexpectedly, it closed its doors a few weeks ago. In the first year after the pandemic, Shanghai witnessed a large number of store closures. According to official data and statistics from QCC, as of October 2023, over 1 million food and beverage stores closed in the Shanghai area. Not only that, many malls in the city center have also closed down. With the closure of Xujiahui in Shanghai, the city lost another time-honored department store. The Shanghai 600 Mall closed its doors on February 18, 2024, and demolition and reconstruction began. As part of Xujiahui's business district, Shanghai 600 has been one of the oldest department stores in the area since its opening in 1952. It joins other time-honored department stores such as Huijing Department Store, Pacific Department Store, and Oriental Commercial Building in the annals of Shanghai history. One reason for the decline in traditional department store turnover is consumer downgrading, as people increasingly opt for cheaper or online shopping options. Additionally, department stores' outdated business model struggles to compete with e-commerce and meet modern shopping expectations, hindering their ability to attract customers. Regardless of the reasons, people worry that society is deteriorating. Many have noticed that friends used to talk about changing jobs, salary increases, and career moves. Now, many talk about avoiding spending and working overtime to keep their jobs. The economic downturn in China has led to economic stagnation in many cities. In Shanghai, many companies have been forced to close down, and layoffs and pay cuts have become the norm. Companies that have barely survived difficult times are just managing to stay afloat, with no room for extra expenses. One person mentioned that their company conducted a large-scale layoff for the first time in 20 years without providing proper compensation. They feel anxious, watching colleagues leave one by one. She's married but childless and said that people like her are even less desirable in the job market. If they lose their jobs, it could take a long time to find a new one. With nearly 7,000 yuan in mortgage payments, 2,500 yuan in rent, plus daily expenses, it is difficult to maintain a living solely on personal income. Additionally, finding a job in Shanghai is becoming increasingly difficult. There are more graduates from top universities, and many postgraduates are returning from overseas. This has led to higher recruitment standards for companies. Even for jobs offering salaries of 4,000 to 5,000 yuan, applicants are required to have basic job skills and at least a bachelor's degree, as well as proficient English. Companies don't fill job positions despite conducting multiple interviews, as they find candidates are not meeting all the requirements. They believe the current job market is highly competitive and that there is no shortage of talent. Many people now want to change jobs, but ultimately find that there are no suitable opportunities. Therefore, in this pessimistic environment, staying at their current job may actually be the safest choice.
I've never been so anxious. I'm unemployed and can't find a job. The monthly expenses are 7,000 to 8,000 yuan. I have tons of expenses, but I can't find a job. A job with a monthly income of over 10,000 yuan can solve my current predicament, and I have been looking for one in the past 2 days. I really can't find such a job. This year, in places like Shanghai and Jiangsu, jobs basically pay 4,000 to 5,000, and those with 6,000 to 7,000 require you to work 12 hours a day. It is really difficult to find a job this year.
Some people are being deceived even before they find a job. A girl sits on the ground crying helplessly, saying that an agency tricked her to come to Shanghai and then disappeared without a trace. After arriving, she was deceived again to work on the bund, but in the end, it all came to nothing. It's been 10 days and she still hasn't found a job and feels overwhelmed. Previously, hailing a taxi, especially during peak commuting hours, was difficult and often required advanced booking or waiting in line. However, the rise of online ride-hailing services has made it faster and more convenient to get a ride. Owners of luxury cars are joining the online ride-hailing industry to earn extra income. This shift is attributed to people cutting expenses and high-income groups needing additional income to maintain their lifestyle or cope with expenses. Changes in the Shanghai second-hand housing market are causing concern among the public. A realtor introduces a seller who dropped her asking price by 1 million yuan within a week. There is no one else in the entire neighborhood selling at a lower price. Unfortunately, the nearly 2 million yuan spent on renovations has gone to waste. Do you know the real current situation of Shanghai's second-hand housing market? Even the houses in the best areas of Shanghai cannot be sold. My current location is Huida Building in Huangpu District. Opposite is Shanghai's famous mansion, the 250,100 square meter Shanghai Fuxing Longyu. A certain female celebrity's mansion worth hundreds of millions is located in this community. According to the blogger, Mr. Wang has a 157 square meter apartment in Huida Building, which has been on the market since 2021. After Shanghai authorities implemented policies to stimulate the property market in September 2023, there was a surge in second-hand housing transactions. However, by October, there was a noticeable decrease in the activity of projects on the outskirts of Shanghai, with the average turnover rate dropping to 45%. Additionally, the volume of second-hand housing transactions in Shanghai also decreased by 20% compared to the previous year. According to data from Shanghai Centaline Property, in October, the number of second-hand housing transactions in Shanghai was more than 15,000 units, with the number of transactions for existing homes at around 13,000 units, once again lower than the 15,000 unit turnover line for second-hand housing in Shanghai. Brokers stated that now every property being sold is listed at a lower price to increase turnover. Some landlords are even selling at a loss, and the prices of second-hand houses have generally dropped to the levels of around 2019, losing their investment value. Buyers generally believe that house prices have not yet bottomed out, so they are not willing to enter the market yet. According to data from the National Bureau of Statistics of China, the sales prices of second-hand residential buildings in first-tier cities decreased by 6.3% year-on-year, an increase of 1.4 percentage points from the previous month. Specifically, the sales prices of second-hand residential buildings in Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen decreased by 5.3%, 6%, 7.5%, and 6.1% respectively. The sales prices of second-hand residential buildings in second- and third-tier cities also decreased by 5.1% year-on-year, with decreases of 0.7 and 0.6 percentage points from the previous month, respectively. Not only are houses in Shanghai not selling, but now the rents of office buildings near the financial streets have also dropped significantly, with the highest even dropping by 20 to 50%. For example, transaction prices at the Blue Sky International Financial Center have dropped from 28 yuan in 2022 to 19 yuan now. Transaction prices at the Fuchai Building have dropped to 7 yuan, a decrease of more than 50%. Intermediaries are using attractive slogans and discounts to persuade bosses to change offices. In Shanghai, some office parks offer free rent if you pay the property and utility fees. Similar situations have been reported in Beijing's commercial office market. According to data from market institutions, the vacancy rate of Grade A office buildings in Shanghai reached 21.8% at the end of 2023, an increase of 5.1 percentage points year-on-year, hitting a new high in nearly 10 years. At the same time, the net absorption volume for the whole year decreased by 38%, totaling only 390,000 square meters, far below the market value of the past 10 years. Companies have adopted a cautious attitude toward expanding leasing, and most transactions are renewals by old tenants. In addition, multiple projects were delayed during the pandemic and were all launched in 2023, resulting in a significant increase in supply. In recent years, the financial industry has boomed, increasing demand for commercial office buildings. However, as the economy adjusts, reduced commercial activity and job opportunities have led many companies to cut costs and even lay off employees, decreasing the demand for office space. Additionally, remote work policies by many financial institutions have further reduced the need for office buildings. The sharp drop in rents on Financial Street reflects the larger situation. When the economy is sluggish, companies often reduce their demand for office space, leading to an increase in office vacancy rates. Due to market uncertainty, many enterprises are cautious about expansion, and they may delay or cancel leasing new office spaces, which also affects the office rental market. With the general decline in rents, population mobility has also become an important factor. Many young people are leaving first-tier cities such as Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, choosing to settle in third-tier cities or even smaller cities. This has led to a decrease in the population of first-tier cities, further affecting the rental market. Shanghai is facing various chaotic situations. For instance, some internet users have noted a significant increase in loan calls. Last year, they received only 1 or 2 such calls per day, but this year, after the Chinese New Year, the number has increased at least 4 times, with 8 or 9 calls daily. As a result, people are now hesitant to answer unfamiliar calls. As we know, when interest rates are lowered, banks' profit margins shrink because they cannot earn enough money from loan products, so they may be more proactive in calling people, hoping to increase their loan business to make up profits. Furthermore, if the economy is sluggish, people may be unwilling to take out loans, or there may be a decrease in loan demand. This may explain banks' increased marketing efforts. With money so tight, almost no one is traveling abroad. It seems that everyone is cutting back on expenses and keeping a low profile. The most common topic is selling houses. It seems everyone is discussing how to sell houses. With the economic downturn, investments by foreign companies have also decreased. In the past, foreigners could be seen everywhere on the streets of Shanghai, with a peak of over 1 million foreigners living in the city. However, now, even in the Bund and pedestrian streets, the number of foreigners has decreased to a pitiful level. Their departure is also related to the implementation of the work-from-home policy in 2022. In recent years, China has faced more and more difficulties, including GDP growth rates lower than expected, major enterprises experiencing serious financial problems, a decrease in foreign investors and even withdrawals from the Chinese market, and a youth unemployment rate repeatedly hitting new highs. These issues have laid the groundwork for social unrest.